Oh boy. Oh boy. Start off a little late, didn't we? Later than usual. I have an explanation for that. First of all, hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Or great night. Depending on what time zone you are in. Um oh. Yeah, I mean I just hope you're all having a hope you're all having a great night. For me it's nighttime anyway. Yeah, how y'all doing though? How y'all doing today? I'm just a little tired to be honest, but I can still go for a couple of hours, play some Deus Ex. I do want to preface this by saying I cannot believe that tomorrow is the launch day for the Switch 2. I cannot believe that we are literally on the precipice. I like saying that word, precipice. That's a very funny word. I cannot believe that we are on the literal precipice of the edginess of the precipice of the Switch 2's launch. Tomorrow. It all goes on tomorrow. That's insane, dude. That's crazy. That's wild. All the YouTuber words that buzz. Zap. I don't know. That's zapping. Can we say that's zapping? That's very zapping? I don't know. Sorry, anyways. I just got some clothes today. Me and my sister, we just went shopping today. I got like a few brand new shoes, some brand new clothes. Um, it's just for personal use, honestly. I just like these clothes, and I'm not wearing them right now because I like the clothes I'm wearing right now. I just wanted to buy them because, I just want something new to wear. Something brand new to wear. And then I went over to Raising Cane's, if anybody knows about that restaurant. Um, Fast food chain, Raising Cane's. Anybody aware of that? No? I don't know. Sorry. Anyways, the fries were really good. The chicken and fries are really good, honestly. Being the fries right now. There's still some left. Mm. Really good. Really great fries. I paid for it myself, though. Although for some reason, when I was trying to buy a T-shirt, my debit card wasn't working, and I don't know why. I was worried that it was a little damaged, but I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't damaged. I'm pretty sure it was just because I went to Walmart, right? I usually just go to Walmart for these sorts of things. Um, I I just I just usually put the debit card in and it just works, but sometimes for some reason it's just not working. I ordered a replacement, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. Might still use the old card though. I don't know because I don't know. It's a non-issue though. Regardless, I'm just glad that I got a bunch of stuff, and hopefully I can put all this new stuff to good use. It's clothes, and stuff like that. So, yeah. Um, yeah, hold on. I just really like these fries, dude. These fries are so good. They're too good. I don't know what it is. What the recipe is. It's because they added a certain amount of salt or something. A potato threshold. That's even a thing. The potato threshold on the fries are just right. It tastes so good, even when they've cooled down. Might be a little soggy, but god damn it, they're still pretty good. Fries. I don't know. Damn, those are some good fries. And the chicken's great too. Got some Sprite too. Sorry, ran out of Sprite. I have to get something else to drink. Oh, oh man. Oh man. Ah, okay. All right. Let's put up some Deus Ex 1 video game. Sorry. Anyways, it's causing Salvation's weird. Saving some time here. All right. Hmm. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, new Fallout 76 update. Gone Fissions. But Fission. Funny. I don't know. It's funny anymore. I just know that nothing needs to be funny here now. At least I know that. At least, quote. At least I, good God, is saving everyone from self-control. Says fine. I, good God, has self-control. Says the Great Reset to quote closing. It's just weird. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. Um, oh yeah, and Deltarune's also available. Chapter 3. I don't really seem to care though. It just seems like I've just kind of grown out of Deltarune. I don't know why. Maybe because of the same reason why I've kind of grown out of Ina. Even though I played the game a while ago. Sadly, it's lost media, but I don't know if there's a way that it's been saved. It might be saved somewhere. Who knows? But either way, I'm not really somebody who likes to wait for something. It's the same reason why I don't want to play any of the Final Fantasy remake games, because it's clearly not even finished. They haven't even finished it yet. Let me play a finished product first, then I'll play the game. Anyways, let's play Deus Ex 1 video game. Reset to quote. Reset. The great reset and quote closing. Saved. Salvation. Quote. Quote. At least I, good God, is saving everyone through self-control as right through advice. Quote. Hold on. Whew. Hold on. Hold on. Quote. quote unquote, 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 quote. At least I, good God, is saving everyone through self-control. I, good God, is self-control. Hold on, hold on. I just give me some breathing room here. Hold on. Oh, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh man. Quote unquote, unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote. Uh, quote unquote, 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 quote unquote. Hold on, my breathing. I have to make sure my breathing is fine. Quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote. Wait, did I not say that right? Damn it, the OCD. Hold on. Quote unquote, 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 quote. At least I, good God, is saving everyone through self-control. I, good God, has self-control. Agreed to reset and quote closing. Run system. Wait. All right. All right, feeling a little better now. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, the Templar's gold. Gold. They love gold. The Templars. They love gold. It's an Austin Powers reference. I've seen Austin Powers a few times with my family, my parents. I think my sister was there seeing like all three films. I like my favorite character is probably gotta be Fat Bastard. I like the way he talks. He has a Scottish accent. And there's obviously a gold member. You know, the guy who says, I love gold. I like that line. I like Austin Powers. You know, those films are funny. Those films are great.
Bandit.
Hold on. I don't know what to say, honestly.
Visual.
Let me see here. Let me get the drop on him. Hey, Frog. RG. Hey, I was watching one of your VODs. I have information about Invader Zim game if you want. Invader Zim? Wait, I wasn't making things up? Is that actually a real thing? Bro, I don't know if I mentioned this one time, but like, I don't know if this is like a Mandela effect, but I've always thought there was like an Invader Zim game for the Xbox, for the OG Xbox and PS2, or GameCube. But no, there isn't. There isn't. I don't think there is, right? I don't know. There was going to be one. Oh, there was! There was going to be one for PS2 and possibly Xbox, but it seems to be canceled in 2004. Oh! Oh, I knew it! I freaking knew it! Oh, man, so I wasn't thinking things. There was one in the works. Damn it, I knew it! There was, however, Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon. Great reset to quote. Salvation's closing. Party Blast in 2002 for Xbox, PC, and GameCube. They canceled the PS2 version for some reason. The Great Reset to quote. Salvation's closing for the system. Which featured Zim as a playable character and Invader Zim themed stages. Well, yeah, I know that he's in Party Blast. I'm pretty sure he is. But, like, you want to know something? Here's the idea that I've always had for an Invader Zim game, right? I always had this idea in my head that this game would be more like an interactive, like, open, like, not necessarily open world. Maybe it was. It could have been a platformer, but probably not. It probably could have been, like, one of those cheap-ass, like, interact with other people and see it's kind of like a point-and-click adventure game. But instead, you actually move around and use the joystick to move. And you interact with other people. You can interact with, all kinds of people. And there was, like, some, like, establishing shots a la Final Fantasy VII with pre-rendered backgrounds. But instead of pre-rendered backgrounds, just, like, establishing shots, like, fixed camera angles or something like that based on where you move. And the other idea, I think you would have been taught, you would have been able to go into Zim's house with his fake parents in Gur. Spelled A-N-D space G-I-R, saves worlds, S-A-V-E-S space W-O-R-L-D-S. I have self-control. It's the great reason. Quote, Salvation's closing. We're all saved. The planned one was apparently going to be a third-person shooter? Really? Damn. Okay. Definitely not what I was expecting. I would have liked that, honestly. Like a third-person shooter, Invader Zim game. If anybody finds footage of that, or at least like a leaked alpha build, let me know. It would be interesting to uncover, but UNCOVER Salvations. TIONS. The Great Reset to quote, we are all saved through salvation. Salvation. The Great Reset and quote closing. We are all saved through salvation. Salvations. S-A-L-V-A-T-I-O-N. We are all saved through salvations. God, salvations. G-O-D-S. S-A-L-V-A-T-I-O-N-S. The Great Reset, to quote, salvation's closing. We're all saved. We're all saved through salvation's God, salvation. G-O-D-S. L-V-A-T-I-O-N-S. The Great Reset, and quote, salvation's closing. Yeah, I think that would just be interesting. You know, it would just be interesting to find something like that. You know, that build, if that's even a build, if that's even real, like, if it is real, if what you're saying is true, Frog, F-R-O-G, if what you're saying is true, I would love to see someone, you know, find something like that. It would be a great find. Might be something interesting for the lost media community to look into. Well, it's more like unreleased media, but technically it seems like it's lost media. But like a standalone Zim game, I always thought that was going to be interesting. So this third-person Zim game is going to be one for PS2 and possibly Xbox. You know, I always thought that a Zim game... Well, no, it probably would have been able to be on Dreamcast, but because by the time that Zim was airing, the Dreamcast was discontinued. But I think that would be interesting to have a Zim game on Dreamcast. I'm a really huge fan of the Dreamcast. I saw one of Adam's videos about, like, the voice actor for, Ryo's brother in Shenmue, and also Ren in Shenmue. I don't remember his name, but, like, they did a video together, and it was really funny. I really liked Adam's video about it, about, you know, the voice actor for Ren and Ryo's brother in Shenmue. I'm a big fan of Shenmue as well. I played that on stream, actually. You can see that in the VODs. If you check out my VOD channel, you know, I've made, like, an entire, like, streamcast thing. I'm glad I have the VOD channel, because if it wasn't for the VOD channel, people would think I'm crazy when they say that I've been streaming for a while. And to be fair, I have streamed for a little earlier than this. But... What is going on?
Secondary is online.
What the hell? That was weird. That was so weird. What? I just think a Zim game makes so much sense. It makes so much sense to make a Zim game, but to be fair, it wasn't as popular. You know, I was going to get an Invader Zim shirt. I was going to get one. And I kind of still want to get one, personally. I was going to get one at Walmart. But my sister didn't want me to get one. You know. I wish I had it, though. I wish I had it. I still might get it these days. I still might get it. It said something like Invader Zim World Domination. If it's somewhere available, I'll probably just buy it, you know, from there. With my own money. It's like under $10. Lots of credits. So many credits, but not enough to make 1,000. Sadly, not enough to make 1,000. You know, I have to say, Invader Zim is such an underrated, you know, cartoon. The most underrated cartoon there ever was. Ever. I've been surrounded by alt-goth edgy people who are naturally all about Invader Zim. Exactly! Exactly! It's the alts and the goths and the edgy emo people that all seem to love Invader Zim. They all loved it. People on MySpace. Do you remember those? You remember those, like, alt, you know, goths, you know, and, like, emo, you know, tweens who would, you know, make their own websites on MySpace. It was all, like, glittery and, like, you know, very, like, I don't know what the right word for it is. Like, tacky? Techive? Very, 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 maximalist, I think is the right word. Yeah, maximalist. Like, so much stuff was going on there, and it was, like, insane. Know your virgin. Quote, save the quote. Quote, know your virgin. At least I, good God, is saving everyone through self-control. I, good God, is self-control. Know your virgin. At least I, good God, is saving everyone from self-control. Oh, hold on. The OCD. Oh, man. God damn it. The OCD. The OC demons. More like, God damn it. Get out of my head, you goddamn OC demons. Quote. I don't know. Maybe they're angels. Maybe not demons, but angels. I don't know. Quote. Quote. Unquote. Quote. V. Know your virgin. At least I, God, is good God, saving everyone from self-controlism. Founding through. I, good God, is self-controlism. Great reset and quote salvation's closing. Maximalist exactly right. Yeah, pretty much. Auto-playing music. Yeah. And, like, you know, all sorts of, like, weird, wild, and zany stuff. Have I played Hyperspace Outlaw? You mean Hypnospace Outlaw? I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hypnospace Outlaw. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I freaking love that game. I haven't played it, though. I've always wanted to play it. I kind of want to play it on stream one of these days. Seems like something straight up my alley. I played, Broken Reality, though. Not on stream, though. I definitely want to play that on stream, but I have played that game. I have it in my Steam library. I heard they're making a new game, Broken Reality 2000. Very Y2K, you know. The K stands for 1,000. It's because it's the year 2000. Just like when this game was released.
Whoever's out there, give yourself up.
I closed the door. You can't get in. You can't get in. I closed the goddamn door. Can't open door. I closed door. Oh, look at Broken Reality now. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Take a look at that. What the hell was that? Things just slowed down. That was weird. Yeah, I mean, that was weird. Anyways, yeah, I mean, Broken Reality was kind of something I wanted to play because I like Vaporwave. And it's very Vaporwavy. I'm a huge Vaporwave fan. In fact, Vaporwave is kind of the reason why I'm into a lot of this retro stuff. Vaporwave is the #1 reason why I'm, like, a retro gaming enthusiast. And I like sampling music and, like, all kinds of retro technology. Because the technology is, for one thing, fascinating, but also because it's just very fun to look back on how far we've come along.
Hey, stop right there.
Nope. Hold on. I just think it's very interesting to look back on, like, how far we've come along as a species in terms of, like, the technology we've made for video games, TV, and music, and movies, and cartoons, and anime, and movies, and video games. You know what I mean? It's just interesting. If you play it on stream, I would absolutely watch. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, just always stay tuned, you know? Make sure you follow me on Twitch, you know, and hopefully you'll be able to find me on there. The style looks incredible. It does. I'm telling you, man. I want to play it one of these days. I want to replay it. Actually, I want to replay it. I remember getting like an ending for it, and it was so wild. I still remember that ending so vividly. If I can get that ending again and show it on stream, I'm sure y'all would probably understand what I'm talking about. So let's look back on this VOD and be like, oh, I remember Qwerty4, like QWERTY4, saying, oh yeah, I saved this, ending in my memory when I played it a while ago. And he showed it off. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what he mentioned before in his VOD. The Great Resetting quote. We're all saved. Salvation's closing. System through closing. Salvation's Great Resetting quote. Closing. System. We're all saved through salvation's God. Salvation's GOTS. SALVTIONS. Salvation's closing. Quote. Quote. We're all saved through finding through God's salvation's salvations of Judas of GODS SALVATIONS. At least I, good God, has self-control. Quote, at least I, good God, is saving everyone for self-control as from the grave. I, good God, has self-control as great reason. Closing. Salvation is closing. Okay. How do I distract this dude? We fire a shot? Maybe fire a shot from here.
Whoever's out there, give yourself up.
Just trying to get his attention. Come on, move! Yeah, move! Exactly, move. Can I get the drop on him? Got the drop on you! I got the drop on him. Damn. But yeah, I mean, like, there's so many things about technology that just feels like it's just always evolving, and yet it feels like we've kind of reached a stalemate. Can I just use these tools? Unless I have the code? Four numbers. 1942. It worked! Holy crap, that actually worked! What the hell? That's insane, dude. So this is Sidon's vault? Is this where the gold is? Alright, let's use these. Glad I'm using this. I could have used all 7 multi-tools, but no, I'm just using 3. Wow. 1942. Like the 16-bit video game shmup. 1942.
The gold. Wonderful. My people will take control when you move out. I believe you know Chad. I've given him control of an NSF platoon on loan to me from America.
Look at all this ambrosia? I see rat. Make sure rat is safe.
This fort dates back to when the Templars managed the French treasury for Philip the Fair. They moved it here from the temple in Paris after the crackdown of 1307. The Nazis boxed it up for shipment to Berlin, but had to abandon the cathedral during the evacuation.
God damn it. Where's the computer? There it is. Shut all this off, man. I hate these cameras, man. I hate cameras. I hate these cameras watching me, man. Jeez, turn them all off. Give me some privacy. Jesus Christ. Ah. So annoying. You know, doing a pacifist run is really, really hard. I've noticed. Like, it's really, really hard to do a pacifist run. Let me see. Does the reload... Does it reload faster? A little. A little faster. Alright, fully charged. I just got, you know, SD card extension cable from Laser Bear Industries from Greg. It's G-R-E-G. Laser Bear Industries has a lot of great stuff, honestly. They made like a wave bird receiver called the Wave Phoenix. W-A-V-E-P-H-O-E-N-I-X. The Great Reset quote. We are all saved for salvation's God. Salvation. The Great Reset quote. Closing. We're all saved for God's salvation. G-O-D-S. S-A-L-V-A-T-I-O-N-S. Quote. At least I, good God, is saving everyone for self-control. I, good God, has self-control. The Great Reset quote. Salvation is closing. But yeah, like, it's just very interesting. Just, what was I saying? I hate these loops that I find myself in. Just worrying about the words I say, so I just don't even bother saying things. Oh, I can push these. I can just push these. I like the push sound. Yeah, I can jump much higher and get some stuff. Not high enough for this, though. No! I don't think you can rocket jump or gep jump, you know? I don't think you can gep jump this. Is that even a term? Gep jump? I don't know. I suppose it is now because I just said gep jump. But it's too goddamn slow. You know, it makes you run too slow. It's not like the soldier from TF2. You know, where you can still have a ton of momentum even after using the rocket launcher. Range. I think the old websites had so much personality. Yeah, I agree. A lot of them really did have personality. The Space Jam website, that's probably a good example. Which I'm pretty bummed out that they changed it when, you know, New Legacy came out. Even though you still can technically access the old site, I still hate that when you search for spacejam.com, it just takes you to a New Legacy, a New Legacy trailer, which is sad. You know, it's sad. I've actually found one or two naturally. Really? Just naturally, like on a whim? Like just from like, not even on a whim, but like just like searching through Google. G-O-G-O-E. You actually found it through searching on Google. G-O-G-O-E. Hold on, I have to get some water. Or something. Hold on. Okay. I am back. I am back. Well, I was purchasing spinning fiber on Etsy. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I was purchasing spinning fiber on Etsy, and the seller had her own website as well, which linked to her husband's comic book website. They were beautifully retro. That's insane. That's insanely amazing, honestly. Wow. Wow, I didn't know that. That's. Wow. We need more people like that, honestly. People who just want to make websites just for the hell of it. I might make my own website just for the hell of it. I've made one before called parallels.net, but it's not working anymore. I wish I preserved it when it was still active, though. I was unable to continue purchasing the domain name. Ah. But if I were to make a website, it would probably be for hosting like all kinds of interesting stuff. Mainly the webcomic idea that I've always had in my head, that I mentioned sometimes. I've always wanted to make a webcomic, a la Homestuck, but not exactly like Homestuck. It would be like my own thing. I don't know. I actually haven't really decided if I want to make it a webcomic or like what, like an animation or a video game. Probably not a video game. Either a comic, a webcomic, a traditional comic, a webcomic, or an animation. I have no clue. I think webcomic might be a better idea because that means I can draw stuff, get to drawing. Like I've always wanted to get back into drawing. So I'm actually an artist. Well, to some degree, I like to draw, but mainly I've just been like I've been doing a lot of image manipulation through GIMP. I'm surprised that GIMP finally has like a facelift after all these years. Finally gotten a facelift. GIMP 3. It feels radically different now. Like GIMP feels so much different than before. I still have the old version of GIMP just in case I want to go back to that. But yeah, I would love to work on, that webcomic idea I've had in my head. I've had that idea for basically a decade at this point. I've had that idea when I was a teenager, when I was going to right when I was about to go to high school, back in 2015. I really want to get this out there one of these days. I really do, but I don't think it's ready yet. So I don't know. I'm just kind of just saying it here, in the stream because I don't really know if I'll ever get around to it. But see, that's why. That's why when you say something like, "Oh, I want to do this thing," okay, then do it. Go ahead, go and make your dreams. Do it, do it. Make your dreams come true. Sometimes it's just hard to just do it. Sometimes to make your dreams come true, it's just hard. Shia LaBeouf, sometimes it's hard. Did you ever consider that it's more tough to just actually do these things to make your dreams, do the things you want to do to make your dreams come true? Shia LaBeouf? You ever consider that life is tough? Sometimes it's always hard to make your dreams come true sometimes. Through circumstances beyond your control. People who may or may not think that you're doing something right here when you follow your dreams. People who criticize you about things you do and say. You ever considered that, Shia LaBeouf? You ever considered that? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, bitch. I probably shouldn't have said bitch. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You're. I don't even know if Shia's like a good person now. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know if Shia is considered a good person in the eyes of the internet. I tend to look at these things in the eyes of the internet because the internet seems to be like seems to be like this aggregate god that people seem to hone in all of their frustrations onto, and they manage to create some sort of weird amalgamation of a god through the very concept of the internet and how it looks at, you know, individuals, you know. And I don't know, I just think that with AI also on the rise, it's probably the idea of an AI, you know, god being worshipped by people on the internet is probably not that far off. And that scares me. You know, stuff like in Deus Ex, you know, people worshipping AIs as gods, you know? That scares me. That's insane. That scares me. I don't want to live in a world where we're worshipping our very own creations as gods. That's scary, and that's the most dystopian thing I've ever heard. Ever. EVER. But I mean, tech bros seem to really want to push AI. But remember when they were pushing NFTs? You know, those crappy ass NFTs?
Who's there?
Before it was that. How long before they realized that not everything is the iPhone? Because ever since the iPhone came out in 2007, people have been, you know, oodling at Steve Jobs, you know, truly revolutionary in a lot of ways, for better, BETTR, or worse. ORSWRSE. But in some ways it could be for the better for the iPhone to be out. BETTERSPHONES. I just think that overall, I think the reason that people are so adamant, you know, these tech bros are so adamant for AI to be a thing.
Whoever's out there is in serious trouble. That's wrong.
I think that, also, ow. Careful where you're going, dude. I just think that, overall, I think that the reason that these tech bros in Silicon Valley are pushing it so hard, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with me on this, the reason that they really want to push AI is the same reason they wanted to push NFTs. You know, it's the same reason they want to push a lot of this, you know, cryptocurrency. It's because they want to be like Steve Jobs. They look at Steve Jobs as the gold standard, the golden boy of, you know, being successful in Silicon Valley. And these tech bros see that and they want to milk it for all it's worth. And you know that these people are probably not the best people to be around normally. You know, because all they can talk about is nothing but cryptocurrency and NFTs, and here's all these meme coins that I bought. And it's like, oh, look at all these NFTs that I bought. Oh, would you like to buy my NFT? It's of a goddamn, you know, ape. You know, my bored ape. Would you like to buy that? Oh, I made an AI video of me buying a bored ape. Would you like to buy that? It's like, come on, man. Like this, it's the same kind of shtick that I see from people who oodle at Steve Jobs. It's the same reason that it's the same kind of people who think that buying an Apple, you know, VR headset is a great investment. It's the same kind of assholes. Yes, I'm calling them assholes because let's be honest, a lot of these people, they're probably not your friends. And you don't want to be their friends. You never want to be friends with someone who's a tech bro. Okay, well, maybe not all of them are assholes. Only some of them. You know, maybe there are actually surprisingly, like, good people who just so happen to be in the middle of this crappy situation, and they need someone to get themselves out of it so they can become a better person. And maybe talk about something that's not related to crypto, that's not related to NFTs, that's not related to AI in any way, shape, or form. Instead, it's just more about videos, or just stuff that you remember when you were young. like retro video games from the GameCube, PS2, Xbox era, 6th generation. I just think overall it's just kind of stupid that I just think it's really stupid that AI has gotten this bad because of where it came from. It came from tech bros who were, wanting to be like Steve Jobs in terms of coming up with the newest evolution in technology. They just could not get enough of that iPhone craze. They want a piece of that pie too. Because if everybody wants to be successful, then maybe no one is. Kind of a weird paradox when you think about that. If everyone is successful, then who fails? Because, you mean, like, for everyone to succeed, that means nobody should fail. And as much as we would like to think that we do not want to fail, some people do fail, whether we like to admit it or not. And some people fail in, like, getting someone's, attention, that one time in, like, school. Or they fail to, like, make a good video sometimes and they get criticized for it. Or they fail to, live up to the hype of a, video game that they hyped up in their trailers or something like that for a gaming corporation. It's just, it makes no sense to me that people are so obsessed with success in terms of, like, business, that the idea of failure, the very concept of failure, is so scary to them. And I'll agree, it is scary to me too. Nobody wants to fail. Everybody wants to succeed. Because if you don't succeed, then you fail. But if you don't fail, then you succeed. Right? Isn't that how it always goes? Very black and white thinking. If you don't fail, then you succeed. But if you don't succeed, then you fail. But if you don't fail, but also don't succeed, then you did nothing. You did absolutely nothing at all. Nothing happened. Right? Isn't that how it goes? Isn't that just how everything goes? I mean, think about that. That's just how life is. If you fail at something, like, making a good video game, for example, then you didn't succeed at making a good video game. But if you succeeded at making a good video game, then you didn't fail. But if you didn't fail at making, a good video game, but you didn't succeed at making a good video game either, you didn't make a video. Well, then you didn't make a video game. You didn't do anything. You did goddamn nothing. And that's like, these tech bros, I feel like they cannot understand that, the very concept of just not doing anything. They always have to do something. They always have to be on that grind. Because that's how consumer capitalism works, right? You have to continuously be on that grind. Otherwise, otherwise it's just going to be, it's not going to be worth, all the hassle when you realize that, oh, I'm just, making everyone, criticize me for, all the stuff that I'm doing. And you don't want people to criticize you too much, because if there's nothing positive to say, then nothing can be done either way. Right. If there's nothing positive to say, then nothing can be done either way. But yeah, like, either way, you shouldn't, like, let these things get the better of you in a lot of ways. Like, overall, you should make sure that you as a person recognize that you don't have to be like these tech bros. You don't have to be someone who just gets involved in AI and nothing else. You don't have to be somebody who gets involved in the modern gaming industry and completely ignores everything, any and all things retro. You don't have to be in those circles if you don't like them. You can just get out of there. You can start focusing on what really matters, which is yourself and building yourself up. It might not be easy. It might be very tough. You might go through a ton of hurdles to get to where you want to go. But it'll all be worth it in the end. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of Pretty much a lot of patience. It's a test of patience and perseverance. Both patience and perseverance, really. How patient are you to persevere through literally anything and everything? I would say before, when I was a dumbass child, I'd be like, oh, I want things. I want my video game and I want it now. But I'd be like, okay, I'll just wait. Just wait until the video game's done. I'll wait until Half-Life 3 is done. If that game even comes out, ever. Stupid EVR. But if those leaks are to be believed about Half-Life X, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it seems like Half-Life 3 might actually be a thing. It might actually be possible after all that Half-Life 3 is in fact real. But I'm not holding my hopes up. I'm the kind of person who just looks at stuff and goes, okay, Half-Life 3 might actually be real. Okay. I don't really care. I've kind of been done with Half-Life for a while. I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing here, just picking these locks. This takes me out here. It's useless. But yeah, in short, don't be a tech bro. Do not be a tech bro. Do not sell NFTs. Do not make NFTs. Do not get involved with anything involving tech bro stuff. Do not get involved in anything related to cryptocurrency, ever. And especially do not get involved with anything AI. You can look at it. You can look at it and be like, oh, okay. That's interesting, but at the same time, ew, that's pretty scary that you want to take over everything creative. At the same time, I'm just like, yeah, it seems like it might be beneficial to some extent, but at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, on the one hand, but on the other hand, you know, when it comes to AI, you know? Oh, that actually worked.
Yes, obey your new masters. Come to me.
Oh, here's Gunther. Gunther. Where are you, Gunther? Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Now you see that you cannot succeed all alone against the whole world.
You came all the way to Paris to tell me that.
Wow.
It is a simple message I am demonstrating. We know where you are going and what you intend.
And I know something about you.
You know you will be defeated.
Not really.
I know your UNATCO kill phrase. The Putin machine.
With the
I am
machine.
not a machine.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Oh. Damn. Well, that was easy. Well, that was easy. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. Oh. Walton? Walton's
We did certainly teach you how to fight, didn't we?
You're worried, Simons. We almost have a cure.
You have nothing.
almost a
Even if
cure.
effort succeeds, you can't synthesize enough vaccine to stop an epidemic.
Recent
You need a universal
Closing
constructor, and don't
Salvation.
think Page Industries is going
Closing
to be one lying around for you to use.
references.
Not after you blew up the one in Hong Kong.
I was never properly trained in its operation.
Laugh it up, Denton. Next time we won't use an old box of bolts like Gunter. The only reason I let him go to Paris is that I was sick of his moaning about Navarre and constant requests for a tune-up.
You sent him because you knew he would fight to the death.
He was the last of the mechs. Next time you will face someone of your own abilities.
Alright. Now what? Where do we head on out?
I'm getting what I need. Good work. I will now consent to meet you in person. Go to the metro station nearby and await my instructions.
Alright. Quote. At least I, good God, is saving everyone through self-control. Finally through. I, good God, has self-control. Great reset and quote closing. System salvation's weird. Quote. At least I, good God. Great reset and quote closing. Quote. At least I, good God, hold on. Quote. At least I, good God, is saving self-control. Quote, at least I, good God, is saving everyone through self-control. I, good God, has self-control. The greater salvation's reset to quote to closing. System weird. Alright. Do we just head on out? Alright. Alright. Let's get out of here. How do we get out of here? Oh, that opened.
Someone's there. I can hear you.
Getting my Genesis, my modded Genesis song. Can't wait for that. It's gonna be here in 5 days. I still can't believe the Switch 2's release is gonna be in just a few hours. That's insane. Just a few hours. That is insane, dude.
Who's there?
Nothing. No? Nothing.
Yeah, false alarm, I guess.
Alright. Alright, let's head on out.
You are hearing the voice of a majestic 12 AI. No need to be alarmed. For now, I can protect you and Deus for a day or so.
Your systems were very cooperative. Upload complete.
You were just a prototype, Denton. A prototype for me.
What? Bob Page, what are you doing here?
My associate, Toby Atanwe, will meet you below.
Toby Atanwe. Right? Where's Toby? Where is Toby?
Keep going. Atanwe is in the tube below.
Okay. I think it's just gonna knock me out, right?
Make sure your travel documents are in order.
Is he here? No.
Oh, I see now. Your friend is waiting by the tracks.
Do you know me?
More gangsters every day. You have weapons? I am selling weapon modifications. 750 for accuracy, 800 for range. Also, I was lucky to find thermoptic camo, 5,000.
No thanks.
Travel advisories are in effect. We have had trouble with impatient passengers who walk into the tunnels and get themselves electrocuted. We have had trouble with impatient passengers who walk into the tunnels. Travel advisories are in effect.
That's... Oh, it's moving. Interesting.
You must take responsibility for your own travel decisions and for understanding the relevant laws and regulations. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Make sure your travel documents are in order.
That means hi. French, right? Or bye in French? No. No, bonjour is hi in French, right?
Travel advisories are in effect.
Where is he? Where's Toby? Is he here? Oh, there he is. Hey, Toby. Hey, Toby.
JC Denton, I will take you to Everett, but you will be forbidden to learn the way yourself.
That will be quite a trick.
You will not be armed in any way.
Alright.
Do what you must.
Step a little closer.
Whoa.
See, no inconvenience whatsoever.
Everett must be paranoid.
We all are. The Illuminati is getting a taste of its own medicine.
Has he made any progress on the Grey Death virus?
Your uplink provided the missing encryption key. He has been able to complete the work that Professor Tong began.
I must see him at once.
He is downstairs in the lab.
Where is Everett?
The Illuminati's objective is to govern the world. Do not be deceived.
Isn't it all just about world domination? What's this? I don't know. Oh. Well, I don't know if I should be here. What the hell is this?
What are you doing back here? Denton, right?
Yeah. You're alive in that thing?
I am conscious. Tell Everett I am cold. He keeps me so cold.
Who are you? Do you mind if I ask?
The Supreme Enlightened. The leader of the Illuminati.
I thought Everett was the leader.
I am the leader. I brought the Illuminati up through the 20th century to the height of their power. I had presidents and premiers eating out of my hand.
I think he talks.
I am the one. Our decline is the result of my own. All we need is for me to get back on my feet. What did Everett tell you?
I haven't talked to him.
Nothing.
I merely await certain technologies.
Hold on,
Then I will be...
wait, hold on. I feel like I should talk to Everett. E-R-E-T-T-E. First, let's talk to Everett. E-R-E-T-T-E. Hold on. Let's see here.
You missed dinner, but help yourself to a snack.
Alright.
Do not to disturb Lucius de Beers.
Well, I don't know. Alright. Come on. Where is Everett? Kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Oh, there's, Alex. There's Everett.
So this is where the Illuminati ended up after centuries of conspiring to rule the world.
The conspiracy is about to begin again, JC, between you and me. Nicolette was wise to bring us together. Wise like her mother. The most effective partnerships, like Beth's and mine, arise from mutual necessity.
I came to talk about the Grey Death. Atanwe said you cracked the virus.
A trivial matter. Page added nothing to the core design. However, what we need to construct is a carbon ROM module, not exactly a vaccine.
Can it be done without a universal constructor?
No, we need time on a UC. But I know where we might find one, and also gain access to the U.S. military networks.
U.S. military?
To stop Icarus from completely destroying the Daedalus AI. Daedalus is a design of mine. It replaced the old Echelon 3 network.
Oh, so you made Daedalus.
Echelon.
D-A-E-D-A-L-S.
Surveillance system for the United Nations.
Reset and quote closing.
So Daedalus was an MJ-12 tool and rebelled?
More of a pattern matching error. It classified Majestic 12 as a terrorist group, alongside the NSF and Silhouette.
And alongside
Salvation.
the Illuminati,
Raw
right?
Salvation. Wait, reset
Are you
and
sure
quote
Daedalus
closing.
is your ally?
What matters to us is that it opposes Majestic 12. We must help it destroy their intelligence apparatus. But that will require the military networks. I have already contacted Gary Savage of X-51.
The former Area 51 scientists. Are they still camped out at the Vandenberg Air Force Base?
They are close to completing a UC and have the kind of connection Daedalus will need.
Sounds like my pilot and I should head to Vandenberg.
Yes, I took the liberty of radioing him. Here is the key to the helipad stairway. The door is in the foyer where Atanwe revived you. Good luck. I will be in contact.
Alright. Wait, hold on.
Don't forget to say hi to your friend from UNATCO, Mr. Jacobson.
Alex.
Alex is here.
In the side office. Very thoughtful of Tom. My own computer technician. I suppose he can help me prepare a comlink for Daedalus.
I mean...
You saw a piece of Echelon 3 in Beth's chateau. We salvaged some of the hardware.
Kind of want the upgrades.
Surveillance used to be daemon-based. Daedalus is more distributed. A blip of his code runs on every communication device on the planet.
I really like this song. Jesus. AI prototype monitor. Oh, I want to talk to the... Oh yeah, Morpheus. I want to hear what he has to say. Hey, Alex.
Good news, huh? Looks like we might pull this thing off.
Alex, what are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you?
Sent me. He wanted me to help with the decryption.
Looks like Everett has it all figured out.
Listen quickly. Tong doesn't trust the Illuminati. He sent me here to keep an eye on Everett.
I see. How about the triads? Is the truth going to hold?
Last I heard, but I guess we have other things to worry about now, huh? I'll keep you in touch through your info link. I'll try my best to keep you informed.
Yes, do exactly that. Keep me informed.
You won't be hearing from Tong for a while. He had to leave Hong Kong.
Why? The triads?
He said he had some business to take care of. I don't know. He didn't look so good.
Sick?
Either that or something was bothering him. The last thing he said to me, it was something about all the machines in his lab being useless. And then he cut off the connection.
Useless for what?
It was just an outburst. I don't know, but he wants me to wait here for instructions. JC, Tong is serious about Everett. He wants you to be careful. While you're in the air, I guess I'll be helping Everett prepare Daedalus for the attack. I hope he knows what he's doing.
Oh, man. What's behind this door? Is this where Morpheus is? Yes, it is. Alright. Oh man, yeah, I remember these conversations.
J.C. Denton, male, 23 years old. No residence, no ancestors, no employer, no...
How do you know who I am?
I must greet each visitor with a complete summary of his file. I'm a prototype for a much larger system.
What else do you know about me?
He sounds different.
Everything that can be known.
What does that mean?
Go on. Do you have proof about my ancestors?
You are a planned organism, the offspring of knowledge and imagination, rather than of individuals.
I'm engineered, so what? My brother and I suspected as much while we were growing up.
You are carefully watched by many people. The unplanned organism is a question asked by nature and answered by death. You are another kind of question with another kind of answer.
Are you programmed to invent riddles?
I am a prototype for a much larger system. The heuristics language developed by Dr. Everett allows me to convey the highest and most succinct tier of any pyramidal construct of knowledge.
How about a report on yourself?
I was a prototype for Echelon 4. My instructions are to amuse visitors with information about themselves.
I don't see anything amusing about spying on people.
Yeah,
Human beings feel pleasure
weird.
when they are watched. I have recorded their smiles as I tell them who they are.
Some people just don't understand the dangers of indiscriminate surveillance.
The need to be observed and understood was once satisfied by God. Now we can implement the same functionality with data mining algorithms.
And views on Twitch and YouTube.
Electronic surveillance hardly inspires reverence. Perhaps
So,
fear
yeah.
and obedience, but not reverence.
God and the gods were apparitions of observation, judgment, and punishment. Other sentiments towards them were secondary.
No one will ever worship a software entity peering at them through a camera.
The human organism always worships. First it was the gods, then it was fate, the observation and judgment of others. Next it will be the self-aware systems you have built to realize truly omnipresent observation and judgment.
You underestimate humankind's love of freedom.
The individual desires judgment. Without that desire, the cohesion of groups is impossible, and so is civilization. The human being created civilization not because of a willingness, but because of a need to be assimilated into higher orders of structure and meaning. God was a dream of good government.
Wow, very interesting. Morpheus is probably one of the more interesting AIs in this game. I've always found Morpheus to be more interesting. He only plays a bit of a small role here, though, but this role he has is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Quote, at least I have self-control. Quote, at least I, good God, is saving everyone through self-control. Referring through. I, good God, has self-control. Salvation is the great reset and quote closing. System weird. You know, honestly, Deus Ex has a lot of the stuff that I kind of want in my webcomic. A lot of the themes here. There's a lot of things about this game that I feel like would be very inspirational for my webcomic, but I don't want to talk more about that. I just want to play more of this Deus Ex 1 video game. The Great Salvation's reset and quote closing. Current system. Hey, kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Alright, let's talk to De Beers. Or D-E-B-E-R-S.
It would be rather serendipitous if Bob Page invented something Everett could not figure out.
Hey, De Beers.
What are you doing back here?
D-E-B-E-R-S.
Right?
Yeah. You're alive in that thing?
I
Quote,
am
salvation
conscious.
is the great reset, and quote, closing.
Tell Everett I am cold. He keeps me so cold.
Who are you? Do you mind if I ask?
The Supreme Enlightened. The leader of the Illuminati.
I thought Everett was a leader.
I am the leader. I brought the Illuminati up through the 20th century to the height of their power. I had presidents and premiers eating out of my hand. I am the one. Our decline is the result of my own. All we need is for me to get back on my feet. What did Everett tell you?
Nothing.
I merely await certain technologies. Then I will be restored. Everett has sworn it. He promised me. I'm so cold. Tell Everett I'm cold.
I almost want to talk to him about that, but I don't know if he would lash out at me. I don't think he would. Let me see. Hey Everett, who's that De Beers guy?
Lucius De Beers says he's cold.
I know. 18 degrees Celsius, to be exact.
Don't you think that's a little chilly?
I keep his metabolism low so he will last. He is a good advisor. A one-man think tank, so to speak.
He said he's the leader of the Illuminati.
A harmless fantasy. He also thinks I'm going to restore his body.
You aren't?
The technology has been around for decades, but he does not need to know that.
Why?
What's that computer system for? The one with the blue face for an interface?
Oh, nothing. Just something for passing the time and amusing guests.
It has access to quite a bit of information, including information about me.
An old prototype, for Daedalus, actually. It doesn't really handle surveillance in its current state.
So you have your own private echelon system?
Mr. Denton, your pilot is waiting. If we control communications, we can organize and the other side cannot.
Bruh.
Lack of organization is exactly what has plagued X-51. They're great scientists, but isolated. They left Area 51 to protest Majestic 12's experiments, and that's what it amounted to, a protest. They don't even coordinate with the NSF, which is headquartered a few hundred miles to the north.
The Echelon kernel was designed almost exclusively for collecting data, so we have to add functionality for memory wipes, thread termination, that kind of thing. It's not often you get to construct a software worm that might do some good for the world.
Kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Hold on. Hello, kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. You know, honestly, I'm very fascinated by what's happened in this game so far. This game is just such an amazing game. So many great, things being told in this game. Oh, I know exactly what to do here now. Oh, I know what to do here.
Just got refueled and waiting for you.
What the hell?
Huh? Is there a problem?
Just looking around.
I checked her out. She's fueled up and ready to go.
Is something wrong?
Huh? No, I said I checked her out. You want the thing to run, right? If you're gonna cross the ocean.
Of course. Better safe than sorry.
I don't know, man. Got lambs here too? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Why'd you knock out Everett's mechanic?
Something about that guy didn't smell right. You better double check your systems. What did he work on?
The fuel system.
Fuel system?
Now that you mention it.
This isn't
Wait a
right.
minute. This isn't right.
What's going on?
What isn't?
Oh my god, JC, a bomb! A bomb. A bomb.
Remote control.
Oh, hold on.
Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Just have to pull this wire.
Right there. Relax.
There.
I disabled the detonator.
Disable the detonator. You
job.
dropped the thing in the Atlantic on the way back to the States. Make a good detective, JC. Ready to get out of here?
No more bomb. Now it's unbomb. Non-bomb. Let's go. I like this moment. Let's go.
Let's go.
Quote, we're saved. Trying to understand that at least I, good God, is saving everyone for self-control. I, good God, has self-control. The great reset, unquote. Salvation is closing.
The snipers heard your helicopter and took off. You guys saved my life.
I'm glad you're all right. Why is Majestic 12 attacking?
You with the NSF?
We have a common enemy, if that's what you mean.
MJ-12 is short a UC. They lost the one in Hong Kong, and now something has happened at the Pasadena Ocean Lab.
Are the Vandenberg labs safe?
The base is locked down until we can destroy the enemy bots.
See you later, Jock.
Unfortunately, MJ-12 disabled our own bot defense system, and no one has been able to activate the backup power.
I could give it a shot. Where are the controls?
There are 2 separate units at the west end of the base. It won't be easy. MJ-12 has hacked the security grid and taken control of nearly all of our defenses. Turrets, cameras, alarms, and they have snipers everywhere.
Easier than a straight fight with military bots.
I suppose you're right. I can give you a map. One of the units is in the main complex. The other one is in an exposed location. The activation code is 5868. One of the control units is outside to the southwest. The other one's in the transformer room.
I really like this ambient song. It's one of my more favorite ambient songs in the game. It's like genuinely it's like terrifying, honestly. The song gives me the chills every time I listen to this. But it's oddly relaxing. But in a disturbing kind of relaxing way. I don't know. It's so weird. Damn it. Hurry. 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 Who's there? Who's there? Jesus Christ, that scared me. Who the hell is that? That genuinely terrified me. Oh my god. Hearing those footsteps while trying to turn off the cameras. God damn, it's like someone's trying a horror game, dude. God damn. It's terrifying. This place is terrifying, dude. Man.
Did anybody else hear something?
So creepy. Vandenberg is so creepy. God damn. Hold on.
Someone's there. I can hear you.
No. You don't hear anything. You don't hear anything.
Nothing here now.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. You don't. You really don't. You really don't see anything. I'm not here. Really, I'm not. I'm really not here. Leave me alone. Or don't even bother. I'm not here. Oh. God. Yeah, this place really is just terrifying. First time I'm feeling like real fear, honestly. It might just be the song, though. Before there was moments of hesitation, but now it's just fear. But I don't know. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. See what I mean? God damn it.
Did anybody else hear something?
No.
Months and I make commando. Hey, stop right there.
There's no one here.
Yeah, false alarm, I guess. Definitely somebody. Nope, just nerves, I guess.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do, man? What do I do? Grab this. Might not notice. Nope, I can't push it. And what a bunch of dumb soldiers. Fictional soldiers. Dumb fictional soldiers. Fictionally speaking. Fictionally.
Aim for the head.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's not even worth doing that because they're going to be alerted either way. So why even bother at that point? Why even bother using it to begin with? Hold on. Give me a moment. Wow.
They say the guy's got some new kind of implants. Bogey company.
Oh well.
Someone's there. I can hear you.
What?
Aim for the head. That's the one. Gotcha.
God damn it. What do I do?
Definitely something. That's the one. Okay, drop him.
Was prepared to spray paint these dudes.
Hello? Whoever's out there is in serious trouble. We're gonna need some reinforcements. Who the?
Surprised he didn't even notice.
Whoever's out there, give yourself up. Whoever's out there, give yourself up.
I don't know about that. What the hell? Where's she going?
You alright?
Where the hell are the bots? They're supposed to exterminate these...
MJ-12 cut the power to the defense system, but don't worry, the situation's under control.
Except for the control room, this building has been totally overrun.
Maybe I can do something about that.
Be careful of our defense systems. MJ-12 reprogrammed them and locked our accounts. There's a back door, but I haven't been able to try it out. Log in command, password Zebra42.
Thanks for the warning.
We've got to pull out.
Negative.
Without reinforcements,
The components are within this building. We will not leave until the reaction modules are in my pocket.
we don't have the manpower to hold the base.
You should have requested more men. That is your blunder, not mine.
We don't have time to argue about...
I have an assignment from Bob Page, and I intend to complete it.
Yes, sir.
And doing a pacifist run. Well, I mean, more like a sleepy run. Making everyone sleepy. Let's see. It's still cold here. It's still very cold. Get the blanket. Get the blanket. Let's get food. Get the blanket. You always get a blanket. Ooh. It's so cold. Tell Everett that I am cold. Okay, well, it's not that cold. Still. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Just one pick. Right? No, I'm going to see what's in here. Yeah. Alright.
That's one switch. Now find the other.
Yeah, why don't I reprieve this?
Hello? Whoever's out there is in serious trouble.
God damn it, man. Come on. I thought it was gonna be that easy. It's supposed not.
Hello? Whoever's out there is in serious trouble. Aim for one. Aim for the head.
Ow.
Who's there? It's down. Remember the briefing.
Damn. Crazy, dude. What do we have here? Um. Medicine. I like, I like how it mentions here an agent can perform at master level, an agent can perform a heart bypass of household materials. Yeah, I don't know I don't know about any of that. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't really want to use, husbands. I don't even think that would make sense at master level. But LEVEL. And agents can perform a heart bypass with household materials. Yeah, no, I don't know about that. I mean, it just seems, I don't know. Seems a little far-fetched, you know what I mean? At medicine at master level. Like, oh. An agent can perform a heart bypass of household materials. Nah, I don't know about that. That'd be interesting, but I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even think that's possible. That would be very, very hard to do. Because, I don't know. There's not a lot of people here. I could probably use, some sort of explosive.
Sergeant, is that you?
Oh, wait a minute.
Sergeant, is that you? That's him. Check your 6. It could be anywhere.
I don't know. I don't even know why they put TNT green on there. That definitely feels like something the devs put there intentionally, though. But I like that they put that there. I like that they put that there because you know that was placed there intentionally, honestly, and that's funny. It's funny to know that they put that there intentionally. It's, uh, hold on, I need to get something more to drink. I will be right back. All right. I am back. I am back. Ugh. With the blanket. Whew. Oh man. I should probably adjust the temperature. But, I don't know. Whew. Alright. Oh, alright. Might have to. It might be the shortest stream for the week. Yeah, this might just be the shortest stream all week. I don't know if I want to like. I don't know if I want to do like. All like. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do like all month, but I don't know. Do I have work tomorrow? Yeah, of course. I work all day this week. Well, not all day. I have work. I work like every day. Okay, now we can access the mess at master level. LEVL. An agent can perform a heart bypass of household materials. Dot. I don't know about that. That seems a bit far-fetched. I should know. Some explosives. Yeah, it was just metal. Everyone's fine. Oh. You had 2 keyboards for the one computer? Or 2 computers? What? The one that we just saw? You mean this? Yeah, this. Well, it's like. Yeah, it's 2 keyboards. It looks like. So they have like this. Based on what I can see, right? They seem like they have an ultra wide monitor, which honestly, props to the game for predicting ultra wide monitors. It pretty much. I mean, that basically is like an ultra wide monitor, honestly. I've seen plenty of those in the wild. Those are real. You can definitely get those on Amazon. Yeah. So good on Deus Ex One video game for predicting widescreen monitor, ultra widescreen monitors. 2 keyboards, no mouse. Yeah, there's no mouse like at all. I assume the mouse was replaced with the other keyboard. But it looks like they just mirrored the keyboards. Like, it just looks like they... Like, judging from what I can see from this keyboard, it looks like they just mirrored it. It's just mirrored. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that just... I do like that they include, like, a CD-ROM unit on, like, the computer. it looks like the computer is like built into the monitor, because obviously those keyboards are wireless. There's no cords coming into there, so those are obviously wireless keyboards. But in terms of the monitor, it looks like that's a holographic widescreen monitor. But it's pretty much widescreen. Like, based on what I can see, it looks like, right? So based on what I can see here, this widescreen, this is a 2 keyboard, ultra widescreen monitor, holographic monitor setup, and the keyboard, one of the extra keyboards can probably be used as a mouse, but like I don't think so. I mean, it does look really weird like that. Honestly, just have like one keyboard and one mouse, and it just works. Like, you don't need to replace. Like, I don't think they're gonna replace mice in 2052 ish something when this game when does this game take place? If ever, or EVR. When to the ever. Now I will say the holographic, like, it says here it's a personal computer terminal. Very interesting. I mean, they just don't call it a PC. They just call it a personal computer terminal. So like, but like for PC, for this PC, it looks like the PC itself is also the monitor, based on what I can tell, because the CD-ROM unit, it looks like that's what's powering it. I don't know, or maybe because it looks like that's like there's like an actual CD in there, unless that's just like how it looks when there's no CD in there. Like, I mean, you gotta understand, this is the year 2000. This is what people in the year 2000 thought, 2052 or something, or when this game takes place, ever, if ever. When to the evers. Yes. EVERS. I do think, that this, this computer, for all it's worth, I don't think it would work in a setting like this, like nowadays, because people would I mean, for one thing, CD technology has been basically obsolete since like the advent of like the hard drive. Well, I mean, hard drives have been around even before CDs, but I mean, in terms of like since throughout the 2000s. In terms of throughout the 2000s, I would say that CD technology was actually still relevant. You still have people using CDs even in the year 2000. Oh yeah, CDs were definitely still a thing in the year 2000 when this game took place. Or when this game was released, actually. This game takes place in 2052 or something. When this game takes place, 2052. When to the evers. The monitor itself, though, it looks like it's just. It looks like it's that is where the computer comes from. So I assume the CD is what's powering the computer. So that means either or it's just an accessory. The computer itself can be used without a CD drive or without a CD attached to it. Because if you require a CD to power it on, just to be able to use the computer, like, that would be a big issue. That would be a huge issue. Even back then, I think people would have, back in the year 2000, when this game released in 2000, I think people would still have an issue of being able to only use a computer with a, with a CD drive, or by using a CD to power it on. I think by this time people were starting to get more used to hard drives. Even if they were a little bit on the pricey end, like in terms of like, even back then, hard drives were still a little bit more expensive than they are now. But in terms of like the storage medium for this particular computer, I would say yeah, it's definitely CDs. But like, I mean, you could potentially fit a hard drive or even SSD in there, you know. But the monitor itself being a part of the computer, because unless I'm I'm missing something here. Unless I'm mistaking, the little stand on there is just like, oh, it's separate. Because it doesn't look like it's separate. It looks like it's attached to it. But if it's attached to it in terms of like, oh, you just put, like, oh, this is where you put the stand. But it's not part of the computer. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, well then that's just a hologram that, connects to the PC. Because that is the PC. This little part of it, this is the PC. So, with that being said, I would think that if you were to try and actually use it, I think people would hate using this almost immediately, because the only real cool thing is the holographic, ultra widescreen monitor. That's the only real cool thing about this. That and the computer is compact. I do like the compactness of the computer, but that also means that you can't modify it with mods made by other companies in any way, shape, or form. You're kind of just trapped with this weird form factor of computer. It kind of has the same form factor as the GameCube, but only more slim, more trimmed down. But not really. Maybe it's not really like the GameCube. It's more like the PC itself. It seems more like it's, based on what I can see here, it looks like it's probably just about the size of like maybe like some sort of box. Xbox, I don't know, PS2, GameCube, I don't know. That maybe definitely not Xbox, but it looks like an interesting form factor to use it in any room. But of course, there's the widescreen. You could see like, images on there. You could see like all kinds of images on there, and it looks like the images go past the screen. So it looks like the screen is more or less just like, like a way to like, have everything on there in like a certain, area, but you can move the windows you have on your screen outside of the borders of the hologram. Because, I mean, like, that is definitely a hologram. And I know that's a hologram because I can move past it. I can move past it. See? That's a hologram. That is definitely a hologram, a holographic ultra widescreen monitor. That you can move the windows out of the borders of the holographic ultra widescreen monitor. You can move out of them. You can move the windows out of it. But I feel like even then that has its own borders too, based on what I can see. So, I mean, not just the windows, but like how far you can move the windows themselves. Or not just the ultra wide screen monitor ratio, but also like this, the windows itself. I still think it is interesting that it is ultra wide screen mode. I mean that it really is just an holographic ultra wide screen monitor in a lot of ways, and I get that. But that does seem kind of cool on a holographic ultra wide screen monitor. But then again, doesn't that mean you could also like? Doesn't that mean you can just adjust the aspect ratio however you want if it's holographic? I mean, if it's holographic, you could just try and like, if it's like AR, it's like augmented reality in a lot of ways, but it's still pretty holographic. It's not really like augmented reality. It's not VR or AR. It's not even MR or mixed reality. I don't know. I don't know. This is a very interesting computer, though. I will give it that. This computer definitely feels like one of those things you'd see in the 2000s where people were thinking of what the future would be like, and it's very interesting to look back on these designs and just speculate about what could have been and where we are nowadays. We do still technically have the ultra widescreen monitor aspect ratio that we see in this holographic monitor right here. But I don't think it's practically, to have two keyboards unless, you're using one side of the monitor for like gaming and the other side of the monitor is that's actually kind of interesting. You could just split the widescreen, ultra widescreen, and make it double 16:9 aspect ratio. That could work, honestly. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that could work if you do it just right. I mean, like, honestly, for playing video games with two people, this setup actually would work really well for split screen co-op. I'll admit, this actually is the perfect setup for split screen co-op, but no mouse. There's no mouse. You don't have two mice. There's not even a single mice in here. They're just assuming like, oh, we don't need mice. We could just use a second keyboard. I'm like, bitch, no one's gonna use a second ass keyboard. People just use one keyboard and one mouse. That's it. If they have to use another, keyboard or a different mouse, they'll just replace the ones that they already have with something else. But no, they're just, with this computer philosophy, they're just being like, oh, okay, we could just use this right keyboard, as the mouse replacement, it seems. Which I do think is kind of stupid, but at the same time, is it really that stupid to have double, 16:9 split screen co-op on a monitor like that with your friends or your friend? I don't know. I don't know if that's been done before on like actual widescreen monitors, like ultra widescreen monitors nowadays. I don't know if that's actually been done like as of right now today, like with actual ultra widescreen monitors. Oh my god, it's only 7 minutes away till midnight for the Switch 2 to launch. That's insane, dude. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's like a thing where you can use an ultra widescreen monitor and make it 16:9, so you can have split screen co-op. I think split screen co-op would be amazing with an ultra widescreen monitor, because then you can both have 16:9 aspect ratios, and it seems like you actually have like two monitors, but not really. It seems like you have two monitors at the same time, but not really, because you're using split screen co-op. Using one monitor, and it's holographic, so you're not damaging anything. But then again, a holographic monitor would be a very obvious breach of privacy for anything holographic anyway, and you're trying to conceal it. I mean, like, a hologram in and of itself is like, you look in one way, right, and then you look at the other way, like this. Like, I can clearly see what's behind here. I can clearly see what's behind there. So, like, why would you make a monitor that is holographic? I mean, I get the appeal, but, like, why would you want a monitor that, even though you're not buying, like, a physical monitor, you might be like, oh, well, it's still a monitor. I could still use it as a monitor. It's kind of like, you're not able to, if you can't afford like an ultra expensive widescreen monitor, just get a holographic ultra widescreen monitor, and then you could be happy with that. But you don't actually you don't actually have like something that's like hardware based. The only hardware is the holographic emitter coming from that pole right there. You can see that pole right there above the CD drive. The computer. I am just going to call that the computer because it is the computer. I mean, why else is there a CD-ROM drive there? I mean, of course, that is the computer right there. But, like, to make a monitor like this in the modern day, I think that would piss a lot of people off because, let's be fair, people like something that is, like people like hardware that's, like hard, like hardware that is hard, hardware. It's in the name, hardware, where that is hard, wares that are hard. You can touch it. You can actually feel it in your hands. You can see the hardware for yourself and see how that works in tandem with everything else. But like for a holographic monitor like this, I don't know, man. That'd be a tough sell. If you were marketing like this, I do think that this would be like, this wouldn't really be something that people would want, because people want something that's tangible. The only reason you wouldn't want it is because you're one of those people who wants to just be all digital instead of getting physical games. Which, to be fair, I will always advocate for physical games. I just can't afford them because they're too expensive. But yeah, and also there's not enough room here, so I have to wait until I have a much larger house to afford not only the money to buy these physical games, but also the space to put these physical games in. Even then, I don't want to get too much because I don't want to, I don't want to like get what's the word? I don't want to get like any issues, with this. I don't know, man. I'm just tired. I'm really tired. I really wanted to start streaming way earlier, but like I said, I had to go to the store. I had to get some clothes, food, Raising Cane's and all that, but like, oh man, I am so tired right now. We'll go for one more hour though. We'll try going for one more hour. Because I really am getting tired. I want to be at least 1 hour awake to talk about the Switch 2, though. But yeah, that's interesting. That computer just has so many impracticalities. So much impracticalities. It's just... I don't think anyone would want to buy this even today. Like, it just... Like, looking at it, it just looks weird. But if you were to look at this today, you'd be like, that's interesting. But there's no mouse. Why would I? And there's no real monitor. The monitor is like, it looks like it's built in, but like people don't know if it's built in unless you take out the top in there. It's just so weird, I mean, I'm just saying, come on, man. Like, why two keyboards? And they're obviously wireless. Like, why two wireless keyboards? Why two of them? One is enough. Give that to someone else who has a computer like this. But then again, all those computers are like this, so I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. We throw in the dumpster if everybody has that exact same model computer with all of the two keyboards. It might be pretty expensive too if that's like bundled in there. If it's like a bundle. Because like if you were to get this as like a bundle, even though the computer is compact, you're paying more for an extra keyboard you don't need, and essentially with no mouse and the hologram, and the monitor is nothing but a hologram. It's not like, and it's not like you're touching it or anything. It's not like you're intended to touch that holographic monitor. It seems like it's just there to cheap things out. Like, it almost seems like it's meant to be cheap because it is a hologram. Like it might seem futuristic at first, but then you start to realize, oh crap, it's not real. I don't really own anything. I just, other than the holographic emitter, yeah, my TTR. You know, the holographic display. That's kind of what it is. It's a holographic displayer that's hooked up to a computer somehow, maybe wirelessly. I don't know, like one of those wireless charging things. We just place it on there and it just works, just charges like right out of the box. But I don't know if there's any extra things left to say about this. I just think the design is just kind of just weird, and it just really just shows like a different time back in the 2000s when people thought, you know, the future was going to look like this, but no, obviously not. It's just Deus Ex One video game looks like this. Also, I have saved the one. Oh, quote, I, good God, is saving everyone for self-control, through my salvation, great research, quote, close. Yeah, I don't know the time. It's where all these multi-tools come in handy. Finally, the multi-tools have a purpose. Thanks, health bar. Oh, actually, there's nothing here.
I give up. I give up.
What happened?
Calm down. I'm here to help. What can you tell me about the attack?
They took over the building. We're finished.
Anything specific? I'm heading to the command center. I don't want any surprises.
If I was you, I'd go through the tunnels. You could use the security system to see if the coast is clear. The login's Tunnel 01. The password's Omega 2A.
Any troops down there?
Well, I heard them talking. They don't want to get caught from behind, so they left a few spider bots down there. But guess what? I found an EMP grenade in the storage closet. You can have it if you think you might go down there.
Sure.
Be careful with that thing. I'm staying right here.
Alright, Tim. Something here, something in that box? Nope, nothing. I kind of want to see if there's anything in these boxes. Because if you see a box, you're like, oh, okay, what's in the box? Oh, it's nothing. There's nothing. What's in?
Did anybody else hear something?
No, nothing. Oh.
That's him.
Oh, come on, man. No, don't do that to me, man.
I give up. I give up.
Calm down. I'm here to help. What can you tell me about the attack?
They took over the building. We're finished.
Anything specific? I'm heading to the command center. I don't want any surprises.
If I was you, I'd go through the tunnels. You could use the security system to see if the coast is clear. The login's Tunnel 01. The password's Omega 2A.
Any troops down there?
Well, I heard them talking. They don't want to get caught from behind, so they left a few spider bots down there.
Is this Alex,
Guess
voice
what?
actor?
I found an EMP grenade in the storage closet.
It sounds
you
like...
You can have it if you think you might go
sounds
down there.
like Alex.
Sure.
Be careful with that thing.
Doesn't that sound like Alex? I know it's somebody named Tim, but it sounds like Alex. I don't know why. It just sounds like Alex. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm staying right here.
looking in these boxes. Where you going?
Lot of troops up this way?
Thanks for finding my assistant. I thought they'd taken him off to be shot.
No problem.
If you want to look for troops, you should log into the security network. The username is Command, and the password is Zebra42.
Not a bad idea.
You found him.
Whoa, Tim?
What a relief.
Tim?
What a relief. What a relief. You found him. What a relief. You found him. You found him.
Yeah, what she said.
You found him. You found him. You found him.
Is that all she's saying?
You found him.
Wow, that's all she's saying.
What a relief. What a relief. You found him.
Yeah, that's all he said. What have I talked?
I was gonna use that grenade to make an escape, but I don't want to get shot.
You found him. You found him.
What?
What a relief.
You're fine. Oh. Ow. Get up, get up. Get up. Get up. Jesus Christ. I don't know what the hell ever happened there. On cells. I might need those, honestly. What if I take those? MJ-12 troops' bodies. Just move it to the other side so I can then use some explosives. That could work. That could work. Let's see. What's already that wants to switch to? Switch to just launched. I am curious though. It's like 2 MJ-12 troopers. Well, actually, no. I want to take care of that. Like, oh man. I have to go to bed early. I'm just way too tired, man. Just way too tired. Oh. Yeah, guys, I'm just way too tired tonight. Just gonna have to call it a night. Way too tired. I think I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm not really feeling like doing this right now. I gotta go to bed. I'm way too tired, man. But I will see y'all tomorrow. Alright? Y'all have a great night. Take good care of each other, and above all, God bless y'all. God bless y'all, God bless y'all, God bless y'all.